friends, so today I'm going to press some MAC pigments for you so that you can see how I do it. I know there's a lot of different ways, but this is personally how I do it, and I have these 4 pigments that need to be pressed, so I thought I would do it on film. All you need is, I put a paper towel down over my vanity just to protect it. I have an extra paper towel over here and a quarter, and then some rubbing alcohol. And I'm just using the end of a plastic spoon to stir what I have. So first off, I'm going to sanitize my hand. It doesn't matter what sanitizer obviously, but just sanitize your hands so that they're nice and clean, because you are going to be using this around your eyes eventually, and so you want your hands to be nice and clean when you do this. And this technique can be used with different pigments too. You can use it on like the L'Oreal Hip pigments, any pigments that you want. The only thing I know that it doesn't work with is mineralized eyeshadows or blushes. For some reason it just doesn't make it stick, and it's probably the alcohol. You could probably get a different mixing medium, but alcohol just doesn't work with mineral makeup. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first top pigment, and I'm going to pour some in. This is a lot easier like with a funnel or something, but I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in because I'm going to be really careful. Then I'm just going to take my spoon and kind of level it out a little bit so that it's even. Now there's a little bit of fallout, that's okay. You can pick it up or you can put it like in later after if you want to pick the paper towel out. I have everything on top of it, so I'm not really going to. And then you're just going to you can take alcohol. It works easiest in a dropper. Like if you take a dropper and do it out, I am just going to pour some into the lid and then pour it in. And make sure that you have it. You can always add more powder to it because you want to have a little more powder than you think you do, just because you're going to press it. If you don't have enough of the pigment in there, what happens is when you press it, it looks like that, and see how it's down below the ridge? It doesn't hurt it or anything, it's just not as full as it could be, and then you have to go back and do it again. So you want to get quite a bit of product in there. So now that I have the alcohol in, I'm just going to take this plastic spoon and I'm just going to stir this. You can use anything, just make sure that it's clean. This is straight out of the box, and so I figured it would be pretty clean. Now I can see that mine looks a little bit watery, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more of the pigment in my pan. And you can get these pans at a lot of different places. The particular ones that I have are from Coastal Scents, and they work just fine. I know you can get them all over the place. Now there's no particular science to this as far as like how much alcohol per gram of pigment or anything like that, because the alcohol is going to evaporate out. So basically the more alcohol that you put in there, the longer that it's going to take for it to dry. So you want it to be pretty like goopy. I don't know if that's like the right word, but you want it to be goopy, but the more wet that it is from the alcohol, the longer it's going to take it to dry. So what we're going to do is after we've put it in there, and notice that it's the pigment and the alcohol is a little bit above the rim, and that's good because when we press it then it'll be level with the rim. But we're gonna sit and we're gonna wait for about 2 hours, and then we're gonna come back and press it with our quarter. So what I'm gonna do, just to make it nice and neat, is I'm gonna take this and just drop it on the table so it levels it out a little bit. I put a little bit too much, so I'm making a mess, and then it'll just be nice and even and flat, and then we'll come back in a couple hours and press out and then let the rest of the alcohol dry out. Okay, so now that I've put the pigments in there and I've mixed it with alcohol and everything, I'm going to take this quarter, and you're going to want to make sure that this is dry first, so when you touch it, a little bit will come off, but it shouldn't be like wet on your hand or it's not ready, it's not dry enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this paper towel over this pigment, and then we're going to put the quarter in there, and we're just going to start pushing down on it. And what that does is that pushes all the alcohol out of the bottom so that it can come to the top and finish evaporating, so that you don't get kind of a sludgy sludginess at the bottom. So I'm just pushing all around on the inside of that so that it presses down, so that we can get all of that alcohol out. Then, there we go. So now you have a pigment that has a nice little etched design in it, and you just wait a couple more hours. I'd probably use it after like 45 minutes or an hour, and then you're good to go, because all of the rest of the alcohol will be evaporated out. So I'm just going to do that with my other pigments. I think they turned out, they're really gorgeous. I think they're really pretty. But yeah, all you have to do is make sure that they're dry and then press them, and then you can use them just like you would your normal shadows, which I think is really convenient. So those are those 4 pigments, and I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!